Hi there, social media fans. Matt here from Monster Social Media. Today I'd like to give you a very powerful insight or look at the first and second pillar of the 7-step model we use to attract more customers on an ongoing basis to local bricks and mortar businesses, and this is regardless of where they are and regardless of what industry they're in. So first up, we're on google.com.au, so make sure that you follow along if you'd like to. And all we're going to do here is look at the first pillar now, which is your website set up to attract and convert leads, or is it set up to brand and create an egotistical message about your business? So i.e., are you giving visitors what they want, or are you telling them what you do properly? Okay, so all I'm going to do is just type in a random keyword search here. Is just, let's do beauty salons Melbourne. Okay, so we won't need to worry about where it is. Let's just choose CBD. Okay, and I'm going to choose any one of these. Flawless beauty concept. So if these guys end up watching this video, let's hope on the other side of this that we get a nice surprise, and we actually do. Alright, so you can see here the first part of the website is a little bit of a banner heading. Okay, so you want to clearly define what you do and how people should contact you, but more importantly, you need to give them a reason to contact you. So far they've probably got maybe a 6 out of 10 as far as we're concerned. To get up near that 8, 9 or 10 out of 10 mark for customer attraction ability, then this banner heading really needs to draw not only the eye with image, but also with a key offer. So you could add a testimony in here. It could be your guarantee. You know, we guarantee to remove skin blemishes within 30 days. But of course, any guarantee that's pasted on a website or any marketing material needs to be firmly backed up by treatment and by the protocol that you're using. So, i.e., if you were giving away that sort of guarantee, we guarantee to remove pigmentation from your skin in 30 days or less. The waiver that sits behind that might be, well, you've actually got to complete the 8-step program, and the 8-step program is across 30 days, and you must qualify, which means if you've got, you know, incredibly bad skin to begin with, you may not qualify as part of this guarantee. So there's all these little levies that you can put in place to ensure that your guarantee sticks. The next thing here is you've got some images. Now, image is quite often used by businesses really incorrectly. So you can see, well, they're just showcasing what every other beauty salon would showcase. You know, feet in baths, hands around a face, you know, nice face mask here and so forth. But what you want to do is create images that sell, and images that sell are obviously results driven, but they can have wording over the top of them. So, you know, testimonial sort of images are very good. You know, Barbara went from 120 kilos down to 92 kilos in 12 weeks, and this is her transformation before and after image. The call to action could be, enter your details to find out how you can get results like these in 30 days or less, or 90 days or less, or whatever it is. So that's the first thing. You've got to have a banner that sells and is benefits related. Okay. The other big thing is probably where they've got these images here, $20 off. Well, unless you know who Jane Airedale is, then there's no real benefit there. So start the change you want to see and reveal smooth, hydrated and glowing skin in 2012, so forth, so forth. Okay, that's fine, and a $25 discount. The best thing to do is not give $25 discount, it's actually translate the percentage into a dollar fee. Normally $599 for this pack, now only $299, you save $300. So people like to know how much they're actually saving. Point number 3 is, on top of the benefits related headline or guarantee, some testimonial images, is a video. Okay, so putting a video on the page is one of the most powerful ways to engage visitors, and one of the most powerful ways to get your point across, because when people see a video they then begin to know, like and trust you, especially when you're talking about benefits to the person watching and not, hey, we're flawless beauty concepts, we're great, we've won these awards and look how great we are. So people don't like to hear that. Alright, next to the video, in place of these images here, we'd probably put an opt-in box. Get a $50 gift voucher by entering your details, or get $50 off your first IPL skin rejuvenation treatment by entering your details. You want to use your website as a database collection tool. So let's just have another look there. That wasn't a bad example, but certainly they could be doing a lot better. Let's just go down to someone that's maybe a little bit smaller. Let's go to Hollywood Nails. Why not? So as we just wait for the page to load, just keep those 3 or 4 points in mind. As we mentioned before, is the banner, the video, the opt-in page, benefits related, and so forth from there. Now these guys have got a very strong, well, there's a little pop-up, okay, not very clear, with that image behind it. Okay, sign up now, be the first to hear about our special promotions. Well, put it this way, if you don't know who Hollywood Nails is, and I certainly don't, then you're not going to sign in to get updates of specials, especially when you've never bought from them before. But they do have a fairly compelling sales message here: 20% off all services, manicures from $16, limited time only. So that's not a bad thing at all. Okay, and they've got a nice image there reflecting their special. So the image has got to relate to the special, and then you're underneath here and you've got, well, they've got salon services, education courses, and La Beauty and nail supplies and so forth. So this clearly is a buying website: beauty gift vouchers, services, locations, bookings, and so forth. Enter for the newsletter. A little hint here, we could probably freshen up newsletter. No one enters their details anymore for newsletter. Same old boring junk that appears in your inbox. So you might want to put here receive VIP treatment, or receive again $30 off your next nail appointment, whatever it is, but it's got to relate to what you're selling. And certainly subscribe, we would change subscribe to get your voucher, or get your discount, or something that's more action orientated. Right, let's just do one more, but let's choose a different niche here. Let's go for chiropractors in Melbourne. Alright, this should be fun. So we've got City Osteopathy, okay, osteopaths and chiropractors. Okay, quite typical of a chiropractic website. You can see the lead or associate osteopath or chiropractor, so trying to engage the person by having a photo of them, why it works, meet our team, and so forth from here. But literally speaking, and again apologies if City Osteopathy are watching this at any stage, but this is really boring. Okay, it's very minimalist. We don't want a hard sell because it is medical or pseudo-medical treatment for people, and it's in health, but there's nothing stopping you having a video explaining why osteopathy works, meeting our team, actually having a full team shot there, maybe with their names underneath it. The social media, people tend to put social media at the bottom, but who scrolls down to click like? You want it at the top, and you want to have a compelling feed if this is a page that people would visit often. So video, there's no headline, we make people feel better. Okay, well that's great, but we guarantee to make you feel better sooner. Okay, so again it comes back to the guarantee. I would also have something here that relates to what they've done before, or any programs that they're currently offering. Make an appointment, how to find us, and so forth. Now I can't see it here, but typically down the bottom you would have site designed by X, and a lot of these osteopath, chiropractor or doctor websites are all done in duplicate and out of a cookie cutter system by medical or chiropractic website designers, and they all have the same sort of message. Some admittedly are better than others. Okay, so let's just do one more. in the chiropractic area. Actually, let's choose another area here. Let's go to removalists. Okay, something totally obscure, but we know there's high search traffic and all the rest. Okay, so move my stuff. Let's go for someone that's a little bit low key. Well, actually, Man with a Van, they've been doing some TV adverts, so they're putting dollars into TV, and we can see that it is branded with their black and white. What's the damage, what's the deal, box it up, wheels. Okay, so they're fully insured now with added trucks. Okay, Man with a Van, there's a little video, very blokey. Alright, so if you're thinking of your target market too, you'd want to be sort of saying, well, who makes the call to move something? Is it more female, or is it more a male that's going to do this? From our experience, we think that it's females that would be picking up the phone and making the inquiries to get quotes on moving. So this really needs to be color coded to female appeal, and it needs to use language that is female orientated, reassuring a female that they're making the right choice. But at the moment, it looks pretty much like it is Man with a Van for men and men only, and crack a beer at the end of it. So it's a little bit too strong. Okay, so that's just a general overview. The big thing there is pillar one is making sure the website creates the sale before the phone is picked up by the prospect, or before their details are entered. And you can do that by video, by opt-in forms, by strong banner headlines and guarantees and testimonies and so forth. Colours are another big thing. But let's use Removalist Melbourne CBD as part of the pillar number 2. And pillar number 2 is about local search engine traffic. Okay, so every business owner wants to be on page 1 of Google for probably 2 reasons. One is to attract new customers, or to be in front of potential customers, because most people don't go into pages 2, 3 and 4 unless they're researching something in depth. And number 2, business owners typically out of ego would like to see themselves on page 1. However, what we need to do is make sure that whatever the keyword term that people are typing in matches not only the keywords used in the website, but also the domain name itself. That is the strongest and most powerful way to land on page 1 of Google. So if we were to type in Removalist Chelsea, for instance, okay, we can see that the search volume goes up, because I dare say this is pulling from many other countries at the same time. But Removalist Chelsea, if I'm local and I want to deal with someone local, then let's have a look. We can see there's Google Place pages, and they're all local, none of which have their Google Place page optimized, because none of them have a Google have a domain name or a website, hence maps.google.com.au. All right, so that would be a really easy place for a client to kill that and land right into the top position there in the Google Map area. So we've got pianoremovals.com.au and furniture removals. Okay, so piano removals, a bit of a left fielder, but you can see the more strongly highlighted words, Removals Chelsea, or the bolded keywords there, all relate to our search term. Alright, so if we just click on this one here, and this is actually one of our new clients, and we can see that this is going to be upgraded. It hasn't been turned over at all yet. Let's try this one here. Nor has that one. So this is literally, this campaign is a day old, but they are already ranking on page 1. We just need to brand to that particular client site. So the big thing is, regardless of what you're searching for, let's do waxing in Chelsea. Okay, Chelsea Heights, let's see that. Okay, so how many people have waxing in their domain name, and how many people come up for waxing in the local area that actually want to? So we've got local business search, Hot Frog, Yellow Pages, True Local. A lot of the local directories, the bigger directories, stand out, True Local and so forth. This business directory again. So given the search volume and the amount of real businesses ranking appropriately, this would be a very easy domain name or keyword search to rank for pretty quickly within 7 to 30 days on page 1 for any business. But what you can see here is Eve Salon. Even though they're in New York, we won't choose that. We'll just go up to Thirsty Strands. Okay, so Thirsty Strands, the site title, they haven't changed that at all. It's got nothing to do with waxing, and I think just out of pure luck and probably time on Google, they've landed themselves on page 1. But quite typically, if we go back to pillar 1 of our 7-step customer attraction model, there's no banner heading. That is strikingly obvious of what we do and what benefit relates to the customer or the prospect. And all it is just a little map, a coffee, takeaway coffee. Goodness me. Okay, so they're clearly mixing drink with salon products. Okay, so that's a real bad move straight up. Okay, and especially before and afters having Thirsty Strands over their faces. That does look really B grade. But anyway, that just gives you a basic understanding that the first pillar is to have the right message on your website, so that with pillar 2, when people do find you through what we do very well, which is local search directory ranking, so getting your business on page 1 of Google within 30 days, guaranteed, or you pay nothing, that is pillar 2. So if you've got people landing on your page, you want them to take action. Here is, just to finish off, here is one example. If we do Hypoxy Perth in WA, this is one of our clients, and we can see that they are starting to rank very, very well. So we've got Hypoxy Toning here, Hypoxy Toning here, here, and if we take the WA away, and we can start to see that they are actually ranking here as well for Perth. So if we click on there, we can see that the setup of the page is fairly similar to what we were just talking about. There is a call to action. It's hailed as the most effective fat reduction. They're showcasing their 2 venues. They've got a testimonial video. They've got a bit of information about what they do, which helps the search engines as well. And they've got 2 types of opt-in forms. One is to get an instant fat burning session valued at $69 if they enter their details, and 2 is just a general inquiry. Now we can tell you that in the last 30 days of this client being ranked on page 1, they've attracted in excess of 15 new leads to this particular website. So every time they make a sale off those leads, that is obviously discounting the cost of the lead and also discounting the cost of their marketing expense too. The other benefit, just as a sneaky little side trick, using keywords like cellulite treatment are critical when people are looking for solutions to their problems. So not if they didn't know anything about hypoxy toning, they would look, well, how do I get rid of cellulite, or how do I lose fat from my waist? And again, these guys are ranking on page 1 for cellulite treatment in Perth with exactly the same setup. Now you may sort of say that the site is reasonably ugly, and we can vouch for that, but it is highly effective, and this is work in progress, so the colouring of the site will improve over time. But the big thing is that the message is what customers are looking for, and that's why they're entering their details. So I hope that's been helpful, and I hope that gives you a greater understanding about, number 1, what your website's function is. It's not to showcase your business, it's to solve problems for your prospects. In turn, they will give you their money for doing so. Number 2, pillar number 2, is making sure that you're found for your website. And if you want to call yourself Ego for Hair, and you want to get found for hair dressing in a particular suburb, you've got a greater chance of doing that if your domain name matches the keyword term. And again, a little bit of advertising, we do that very well, guaranteed within 30 days, or you pay nothing. So look forward to touching base with you again soon, and this is Monster Matt Paddy out.